Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name's Priscilla, and Mike, my husband, and I love doing this cooking channel for you guys. It is different recipes and cooking techniques. So today I am going to be making a pot roast in the Instapot. So what I'm putting on each side for seasoning is a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. And I just rub that into both sides of the meat. When you season the meat on the outside like this, you'll get a nice crust during the searing process. I didn't have the Instapot warming up yet, so as you see, I'm just plugging that in. That is going to be on saute on your option panel, and I'm going to let that completely heat up before I add any meat, just so you get that nice sizzle when the meat goes in. I'll add about 2 tablespoons of oil and move that around so it covers the bottom completely. And as that's heating up, then I'll cut my meat. So we would end up with the pot roast texture where it just falls apart. I did cut the larger piece of meat into several 2 to 3 inch chunks. So the oil's been heating up for about 5 minutes. It's nice and hot. You can see it sizzling there. As you place your meat in there, you're going to want to put it on one side and leave it for about 2 minutes, and then you can flip it over. I only did 2 sides. Now with these chunks, I could have seared every single side, but because it's not going to be steak, it's going to be more of pork roast, it really didn't matter. What you're doing in this searing process is locking those juices in. So now once that's done, you're going to want to turn off the saute function. You're going to use 1 cup of beef broth. Pour the beef broth directly over your meat. Then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And with a spoon or spatula, you want to scrape the bottom of your pan and get all of those drippings. Now your lid goes on. You're going to set your valve to the ceiling. Press pressure cook. It's going to be on high for 55 minutes. Once your 55 minutes is up, it will go into a natural release. You're going to want to do that for 10 minutes. So while that is natural releasing for 10 minutes, I go ahead and wash off the potatoes I'm going to use. You want to put your potatoes in at the end. You do not want them in there the whole time. So as you can see there, I use the tongs and I release what pressure is left until the pin drops. And with the lid off, I do check a piece of the meat to make sure that it's tender enough and it's the consistency that we want. So the potatoes have been washed and they are going to go directly into the pan with the meat and water. I just half them and put them over. They're going to pressure cook for an additional 3 minutes. Please remember, when you're cooking with an Instapot, that your pressure time is going to add to your cooking time. So these potatoes were to cook for 3 minutes, but the pressure had to build back up again. So that adds about another 5 to 10 minutes. And so we've done this a couple times. So a 55-minute cook time on the meat, the whole recipe took about an hour and 45 minutes. So always consider your time with that. This is still a great meal for an hour and 45 minutes. It would have took all day in the crock pot for the meat to get to this consistency, and it was delicious right out of the pot. So while the potatoes are cooking, I had purchased this pot roast cooking sauce in our recent grocery haul, which I will link up above. And it did have some vegetables in it that not everybody eats, so I put it in a pan over on the stove so that if they wanted to just put that on their meat separate, they could. So the potatoes were finished, so I went ahead and again they needed a natural release of 10 minutes. And then once everything was done, there you go, you see everything's ready, and it really does look like something that you would have cooked in a crock pot all day long. The potatoes were very soft, and the meat, you can see right here, just falls apart with barely a touch. It was all so good. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please join us again for another Instapot cooking. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to always be notified of new videos. We will see you in the next one. Have a blessed one.
I never thought I'd find somebody